Joining me now is Congresswoman Barbara Lee, a Democrat from California, who was part of that delegation. Congresswoman, it's always a pleasure to see you. President Biden asked Congress a week ago for an additional $33 billion in Ukraine aid. You're on the Appropriations Committee. Where do conversations with your colleagues stand on that?
Sure, and thank you very much, Jose, for inviting me to be with you for a few minutes. We support the Ukrainian people in many ways. We support their economic assistance, humanitarian assistance, and security assistance. And so right now, as we speak, we're writing the bill, the $33 billion bill, making some decisions on the variety of provisions which we are putting forth. For example, we have security assistance, we have humanitarian assistance, and we have the economic assistance. They need a heck of a lot in terms of help with their reconstruction efforts. And so it's an emergency. And after being in the region, I really come back with a new sense of urgency because people are suffering. These crimes against humanity, these war crimes are wreaking havoc on the people. People are dying. Women and children are being raped repeatedly by Ukrainian soldiers. Some are becoming pregnant as a result. Human trafficking is increasing. It's really traumatic. It's a violent moment. It's something where the American people have stepped up and said they want to support the Ukrainian people with their efforts to first protect themselves, defend themselves, but also to help with their humanitarian and their economic needs.
Congressman, just want to just let you reaffirm the reports that we've been seeing a lot of some Russians that are raping Ukrainians, right?
Yeah. Oh, did I say? I'm sorry. Yeah, Russian soldiers.
Yeah, I just wanted to let clear
Russian soldiers. Sorry. Yeah.
Thank you.
And we were in Poland and talked with NGOs, and they explained to us how devastating this was as it relates to what the Russian soldiers are doing with women and children in Ukraine.
And Congresswoman, you know, when you were there in Poland, I mean, the number of people who have been forced to leave their country almost at a moment's notice, you know, it's like more than 10% of the country's entire population has been either left or have to resettle in other parts of that country. The level of human suffering there is really difficult to fathom, Congresswoman.
Yes, it is. And when you look at what is taking place, you have not only refugees who are escaping this Putin war, this violent carnage that's taking place. You have people who are internally displaced, living underground, don't have food, don't have medicine. It's a horrific situation. And so that's why it's so important that the world step up, and so important that the United States continue with our support of the Ukrainian people. And that's why, again, the $33 billion that we're writing in terms of this new supplemental is extremely important. And we have to do this sooner rather than later.
Yeah, and Congresswoman, this conflict is now more than 2 months old now. Some U.S. officials have said that this could go on for months or even longer. How does the United States deal with that possibility, a long-term possibility of this war going on?
Well, you know, Jose, first of all, we are amazed at the strength and resilience of the Ukrainian people. And they are protecting their country, but also they're protecting the democracies that Putin is trying to dismantle. And so we have to understand that by supporting the Ukrainian people in this effort, in beating back Russia, that this is about also making sure that we don't allow Putin to move forward to establish autocracies and dismantle democracies. And so I think this is a very defining moment in the world. And we have to make sure that we understand this in the larger context, that this war is not only about Ukraine, this war is about the rest of the world and Putin trying to establish autocratic governments throughout the world. And we know that this is taking place through disinformation campaigns, through all kinds of misinformation that's taking place. And however long this goes, of course, we hope this ends quickly. I believe President Zelensky indicated he wants it in a month. And this is really a testament to the Ukrainian people trying to make sure that they win this war, and I believe they will. But we have to support them in all of their efforts. And I do know that we have to recognize that this is a move toward dismantling democratic governments throughout the world.
Congresswoman Barbara Lee, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you.